Democratic activists are criticizing Future Forward, the super PAC anointed by President Biden's campaign, for not doing enough to help with outreach to various key demographics, including Hispanic and Black organizations, to help Biden win in November. In recent weeks, a number of Democratic organizations have approached the super PAC to ask for financial assistance and other help in reaching voters Biden needs to secure a victory. But sources said the groups have been turned away, even as the super PAC sits on a massive war chest of hundreds of millions of dollars. In some cases, the super PAC has told the organizations it would not give the groups money for their programs unless the organizations themselves could match it dollar for dollar. "If we could raise the money ourselves, we wouldn't be talking to them in the first place," said one source who has first-hand knowledge of their organization's request to Future Forward. The source told The Hill an ask for funding was made for multiple types of programs, including paid media and other vital campaign tactics, but it ultimately was turned down by Future Forward. The Democratic activists and other operatives say the reason they're being denied the assistance is because the super PAC is holding the majority of the money for a major ad buy in the fall, in the final weeks of the campaign. "We're looking for help to reach specific voters that President Biden needs for re-election, and we're being told no," the source said. "They're anointed and they have loads of money, so they don't need other people," the source said, referring to outside organizations representing various voting blocs who want to help Biden win re-election. "They think they have it all figured out," the source added. The source said Future Forward has the ability to help fund certain programs already in place across a number of organizations instead of doing the work itself, and starting from scratch. The funding would help with outreach and educating specific voting blocs on Biden's accomplishments. "They have the keys and they're not using them," the source said. The source and other Democrats interviewed by The Hill also expressed frustration that donors are being told to give strictly to Future Forward, which is the preferred super PAC backing the president's re-election bid, because it is run by people who have strong relationships with top Biden advisors. Aides to Future Forward would not comment on complaints from the Democratic organizations looking for help. But a source familiar with Future Forward's strategy said the super PAC is making a lot of grants and partnerships to help groups do their work and fundraise accordingly. And the super PAC is leaving it up to groups to announce those partnerships. A second Democratic operative who has helped advise the super PAC said Future Forward needs to do a better job deploying resources and allowing other organizations to be helpful in the re-election FFO. The sources say Future Forward is making a big mistake by not helping to boost these organizations right away. They say if former President Trump wins in November, not helping these groups will be among Democrats' biggest regrets in the presidential race. If Future Forward sits at the head of the table, they need to realize their strengths and weaknesses, the operative said. Sharing resources and making sure these groups have what they need is vital in the re-election of President Biden. Future Forward can't be everything to everyone, the operative added. With great power comes great responsibility and the question of, how do you use all the pieces on your chessboard effectively? I don't think they've seemed to figure that part out yet. Democratic strategist Brad Bannon said it makes sense for the super PAC to help these Democratic groups to help turn out the base, something that could be a pitfall for Biden.